Well, good morning everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I got two cameras in my hand because we are heading down to the rock cabin. We're gonna try to put some deck board on the roof today. So if you guys remember, about a month ago when I started tearing the old deck board and the shingles off of there, I went ahead and went to Lowe's and I bought the deck board that we're gonna use for that project. So what we are going with is this zip board right here. Water resistive and air barrier protection. So this coating right here will actually protect this wood from rain. So what you do is you put this deck board on and they have a tape that you roll on here, and it just seals it up and it keeps it nice and dry and doesn't affect the wood if it does get some rain on it, because a lot of times you'll see people roof houses and buildings and stuff with OSB, and if it rains on there and the rain sets on it very long, it'll actually, you know, it'll do a lot of damage on it. The nice thing about this is you can put this on, put the tape on, and then it's pretty much dried in, because this stuff is supposed to be water resistant for like 6 months without anything else on top of it. Now hopefully it don't take us that long to get our permanent roof on. I've already got the material to do that, but we're going to try to get someone to help me do it because this is something I've never done before. The decking, I've never really done that, but I think I can get that figured out. Hopefully my nail gun continues to work. I don't have no problems with it. I actually just left the lumber yard this morning and bought some just regular nails that you can nail in with the hammer, because I don't trust that nail gun. It's the only one I got, and if it quits working on me down there in the middle of the job, then I'm gonna have to figure something else out, go home and come back later, and that just don't work very good. So if all else fails, I got a claw hammer and some nails. I can just do it the old-fashioned way. But anyways, I'm loaded up. I got the ladders, I got some tools. I always keep a lot of my tools right now in this truck right here. This whole back seat is usually filled with tools, extension cords, levels, all that good stuff. And I know some people are wondering, how do you run your power tools and stuff when you're down there? Well, a lot of our tools are battery operated, but we do have a big Blue Eddy 2000 watt power bank that we take down there. We run our circular saws and stuff like that off of it. I can charge my camera, batteries, all that good stuff. So it's a nice cool morning. We're supposed to have a chance of rain today, like 20%. As you can see, the sky is pretty clear. There's an airplane flying right there. So I think we're good to go. I'm wearing tennis shoes today, not my boots, because I'm gonna be up on this roof. And somebody was asking what the pitch of this roof is in a prior video comment, and put an angle on it. It is a 912 pitch roof, so it's pretty steep. It's kind of deceiving on camera, but once you get up there, it's a lot more steep than you think. And I'm not a roofer, I'm not a carpenter, but we gotta get this stuff done. So I'm gonna finish loading up the power bank and a couple other little things, and we'll see you down at the lake. Okay guys, we are down here at the rock cabin. We are ready. We got the straps unloaded. So one thing I'm gonna do to be a little more safe is this 2x6 right here. I'm gonna show you. I'm going to be screwing that up right here on this sub-fascia board. This is the board that the trim goes on after we get the decking on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna screw that 2x6 to this. It's gonna overhang it like this. Well, that's gonna allow me to do a couple things. That's going to allow me to set the deck board up here. It's going to hold it in place. Number two, it's going to keep it from coming too far over, because we got to put some drip edge right here. And when we put the trim board and stuff, you don't want your decking coming over that trim board. So we got to have that flush with this. And then number three, for safety wise, if I slip and fall for whatever reason, I'll have a board with a little bit of overhang right here that hopefully I can catch with my feet if I start falling or anything. So I think we're gonna start right here on this west side. Got my dad back with me, so he's getting the ladder set up right now. I got a new tool I've been wanting to try out. I'm not the best at cutting straight lines with the skill saw. And if you use one enough, you know what I'm talking about. So this little tool right here, I don't know the name of it or anything. I guess it's made by Bora. It's got measurements on it and all that good stuff. But what I'm interested in is, you can see, I think it's 9 foot long, something like that. These decking sheets are 4x8. So let's say we got to rip this board down. It's 48 inches wide. Let's say we got to rip it down to 36 inches. we got to draw a line from here to that end. And in the old days, you just take a skill saw and either use a table saw or a skill saw and just run it straight. Well, we want this to be perfectly straight as we can get it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this tool. We're going to get our lines, and then we're going to use this. It's got a clamp on it right here and a clamp on that side. You put it long ways on that board, and then you figure your width of your saw on how far your blade is from the edge of your saw guide, and you adjust that. You run it down there, and this will keep your saw nice and straight. So there's a couple of fancier things out there if you want to spend a little more money. This was like 40 bucks at Lowe's. They have something called a track saw, and you can clamp that on boards, and it actually is a track, kind of like a train. In a train track, it runs your saw just perfect right down that rail. This one right here, you just kind of run it down the edge. So let me show you real quick the tape we're going to be putting on the seams once we get all this decking done. I want to say this is an acrylic based tape, but I'm not sure. But this is made by the same company that makes this zip system board. This is zip system flashing. You put this on all your seams, and then use this fancy roller here. I don't know why they make you get this, but they say you need it to make this seal properly. So I went ahead and got it, and you just run this up and down it, and then it seals. And this is what makes the zip board system supposedly waterproof for up to 6 months. If you don't use a zip board and you just use OSB, as soon as you get your decking on there, you need to put like some that paper, the tar paper or whatever up there to keep it from getting moisture on it and running. So I'm gonna set the camera up. I did bring the GoPro, like I told you last video. I came down here, I brought the GoPro, and I didn't bring a memory card. This time I got one, so I'm gonna set it up, and we're gonna get busy. So hope you enjoy. No, I don't. About the middle. About right there.
Well, we can go up.
That's fine. That's fine. We just need to be on the edge, I guess, just flush. Set right.
Should have marked this board where you
box in the back truck. Put this camera up. Come on. Button up again. Yeah. Like the next one, it don't matter because we don't have one. Yeah. Yeah. 19 1/4. Yeah. tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. I think.
Recording?
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Hey, buddy.
See ya. Can you get it?
Yeah.
All right, there you be. Well, we got the deck board on, got the tape complete. We ran to town, got some fuel, got a drink, and I'm now back, and now you can see it's cloudy. When we left, it was really sunny. And look at this little, I think that's a wood duck. I'm not sure what that is. Well, I can zoom in and catch it or not. It just landed on that log and then it flew off, darn it. Pretty cool wildlife down here. I'm pretty sure that was a wood duck. But anyways, here is the roof, guys, complete as far as the decking goes. We got a little problem here. This rafter, this old rafter, was just a little bit taller than the rest of the rafters. So you can see there's a little bit of a hump there, which that is fine. It'll be covered with the trim board. That won't be no big deal. And I really like working with this zip board system, so I'm going to show you guys something. I have never used this stuff before, but let me tell you, I highly recommend this. So this is pretty much a half of a sheet. That's about all we got left. I thought I had 2 extra panels, and this was pretty much the extra. So let me show you something. So these rafters are on 24-inch centers. So it actually made this very easy for us to use this zip board. And OSB, they have lines and marks and stuff too, but let me just talk about the zip board because that's what I just used. All right, so if you're gonna put this up on your deck, what's cool about the zip board is, say this is the bottom, there's a board right here and this is the bottom of it. You're gonna put a nail everywhere there's one of these dots or lines. And these squares and circles are your spacing. I believe the squares are 24-inch spacing and the circles are 8 inches, or this would be like from here to here, I think it's 16, something like that. But it kind of keeps you in line and it lets you know where you need to put your nails, which is very handy because when you're up on a piece of board or a deck like that, you can't see the rafters, so you're kind of just guessing. And I might have missed a few nailers on there, but no big deal. So now we are ready to get the roof on here, and just kind of let you guys see that zip tape. I'm telling you guys, I've never used this zip board as a zip tape, but that zip tape, if you get it on your hand, you can't hardly get it off. And my old buddy Dutch stopped by here to check out the build, and he said that he still has a zip tape on his house, and he's had it on there like 6 months and none of it has come off yet. So right now, this is actually dried in. This is watertight. You know, some of the nail holes, if they went a little too deep, they might leak a little bit, but it's pretty much dried in. Even on the ridge board, normally like on a house and, you know, bigger buildings, they'd have a ridge cap right there where you have a ventilation, a ridge vent or something like that, where the hot air escapes. On this particular system, it's not totally sealed building, so we're not really worried about that. There is a little bit of a gap there, but I went ahead and put that zip tape all the way across there, so it should be 100% dried in. I don't know, but I'm pleased with how it turned out. The creatures, if they want to come back and live in here, the window's still open, they can get in there, they can still get in the door. Still got to work on the front door. Got to look at getting some windows. Got to replace that up there with something. And then this right here, we got to figure all that out on that opening. Got to replace a bunch of this. This is just pine, rough cut pine. I'm going to try to replace all that, and then I'm going to try to build a custom door, I do believe. So let's go in here and just kind of take a look. You can see the old rafters compared to the new ones. Still got some sunlight coming in right there. I might cut a couple more rafters and just put up against there to kind of just block all that, because, you know, it's just rock, so it's kind of hard to seal it off 100%. I mean, we can do a little bit, but I don't want to put any kind of paneling at this time. In my mind, I don't want to put any kind of paneling or anything on the inside on the ceiling. I kind of just want to leave it open. That was kind of the purpose of trying to match the old rafters that we got. Here's some of the lumber that we use for the rafters. This is a true 2x4, and you can see it is rough cut. And this is just a board that goes on the rafter tails, and that's kind of what they call a sub fascia, and that is going to be what we will put the 1x6 cedar trim on. That's what we're going to go with, and that'll be my next step. So I got to get back down here pretty soon and get all that put on before we can actually put the roof on. But I'm gonna kind of pan around here with this camera. Let me walk out here. I just seen a big old fish swimming down here. Pretty cool. I don't see it right now, but the leaves are falling like crazy. Let's take a little zoom. Let you guys see. Some of the foliage is just beautiful. My favorite time of year. Let's zoom in on this big old rock up there. You see any mountain goats or anything cool? But yep, anyways, that's pretty much it. Got to replace all this. You can see some of it's rotten. So what we'll do, we'll replace this and then I'll seal it, and See if we can't get it to last a long time. But you can see it should have enough overhang now that it should stay dry. Only when it's real windy and stuff, it might get a little wet, but I think it'll be good. So anyways, I am worn out for today. I gotta head home. It is feeding time. I know Mojo and all the goats are gonna be ready to eat, so I gotta get home, put my tools up, and get all the animals fed. So guys, thank you so much for watching another build video on the rock cabin. I am happy to get this done. I was not looking forward to it. Like I said, I am not a carpenter, I'm not a roofer, but I think it turned out pretty good. Turned out pretty good, about as good as I can do. And remember, it's not a house, it's just a rock cabin down here at the lake, but I want it to look nice, and I still want it to kind of look rustic in a way. So I can't wait to start working on the doors, the windows, and all that. So if you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe, follow our journey on the farm or down here at the rock cabin. It's awesome. The pecan trees pretty much don't have any leaves on them at all. They're pretty much bare, and I see a lot of pecans up there. So here pretty soon, we might be picking up some pecans. So like this video, leave us a comment, and we'll see you next time.